Okay, guys. So this is a really important episode, so it's got to be really good. So, right.
Fine. Why does it taste so bad?
Hey everyone, welcome to Threshold. We're gonna play some. I realized. I think I said this last week. We're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons for you, 5th edition. Let's go around and meet the players.
All right. Hi, I'm Kevin. I'll be playing Vel, elf wizard. Yes. Spells. Magic.
I'm Casey. I'll be playing Clarion Jones, human bard.
Oh, that's
You know, people actually miss the old guitar now.
Oh, do they? I haven't been checking in the comments.
I'm Josh. I play Rasper Hawkborn, He-Man fighter guy. Shovel. Go.
Hello, my name's Brian. I play Jamie Something. He's a level 5 Warlock, level 1 Rogue.
Hello, my name is Pamela, and I play Christine Demarin.
What?
No. Jerry!
No, I play Christine Nostromo, human fighter, and
All-around badass.
yeah.
Badass.
Yeah, after
Finally.
last week,
Yeah,
after
yeah,
decking
that was-
Rasper.
That was scary.
Not only did you deck Rasper, but you proceeded to then go and knock the freaking Rakshasa on his
Yeah,
ass.
you're-
Speaking of last time in Rakshasas, Damien Easter, Lord of Easterton, was revealed to... I wish I had done that without scratching my nose like that. Damien Easter, Lord of Easterton, turned out to be a Rakshasa, as many people have...
Can we change the name of that thing?
Rakshasa?
That's a really hard thing for me to say.
Or you can call him Kumbhakarna,
Kumbhakarna, yeah.
Kumbhakarna?
his new name. He was revealed to be the fiend Kumbhakarna.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep calling him Easter.
That's fair. You have
One of his 21
attachment.
faces.
Yeah. Yeah, the monster with 21 faces. They're all one and the same. He's a bad dude. But you guys used the clicky thing that Shang Tak gave you before he died, or was murdered. Before he was murdered by Clarion's sometimes girlfriend, Young Z Tak. Shang Young Z, excuse me. So then there was kind of everyone lost their shit trying to figure out who now is in charge or what the hell just happened. The captain of the guard was going to try to have you guys take the fall for his mistake, but then you guys said no, knocked him out. This new guy James was like, promote me, I can vouch for your story, and you guys said this is a bad idea, but we don't really have a choice. So you made him captain. He signed a letter that you guys sent down to Carmel, but Vel and Rasper decided to also send the old captain of the guard under penalty of horrible transformation.
He thinks his brain's gonna melt if he lies.
Oh, his brain. That's right. His brain is going to melt if he lies. So
I like to imagine you do a happy face or a squiggle on his forehead. But you can't
it was
see it.
like the elvish word for butt. I just put a butt on his forehead.
Also vaguely shaped like a penis.
I wish I could fire the cannon on that. But
Seriously, guys?
it's been a long week.
Yeah.
So, which takes us to now. We're going to jump ahead a week. So I should have had this go around when we introduced the players. But what have you guys been doing? Just in a couple of sentences, describe sort of what you've been up to in the last week. Basically waiting for some kind of answer or aftermath from this whole ordeal.
Okay, well, being head of Easterton, steward of Easterton, I have, I sent a letter to the Sioux Easters shortly after sending one to King Carmel, telling them of what's happened so they can get here so I don't have to deal with Easterton. It's a little much for me.
Sioux Easter, for everyone, is a sort of offshoot a recent offshoot from the Easter clan. They live in a castle called Birthday Castle down to the south. It was a birthday gift to one brother who was lord to his other.
Is it round?
So
like
that's
a bunch
when
of,
the Suister started.
Is that like round?
Yes.
A bunch of
Yes.
towers?
It looks like a cake.
Okay.
It's Birthday Castle. It's to the south in a town called Barry. They've sent a reply saying that they're going to send someone up to take Easterton off your hands pretty soon.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Oh, I've also started trying to shut down the bliss factories.
Great. I'm sure I'll hear about more of that from someone else.
Jamie has been going around at the behest of Christine. She's been kind of up in her castle, kind of doing that's a bad term. Just kind of doing the maneuvers, and he's been kind of out on the street, kind of making sure that the establishments and the organizations are maintained in this kind of upheaval time.
What's happening with Christine and Rasper right now? Are they still kind of at odd ends, or?
I think so.
Okay.
I think this is Christine sees this as kind of a step towards trusting Rasper again. It's like, if you can like help me with this, maybe we can patch something here.
Right. Okay, so I guess Rasper is going to be probably hanging out with Jamie.
Now we're going around.
Quelling any potential riots or, any kind of trying to keep the tension as low as possible.
Mm-hmm. By force.
And I imagine also using your inner workings of your hometown, and this is the Black Yara Syndicate that we're talking. So you know a lot of the ins and outs of this area.
We also have Katrina's horror army to help us out. Is that her name, Katrina?
Yeah,
Okay.
Katrina's horror army.
Okay.
I'm in the horror army. Where we going? Okay.
All right.
While spreading the word of the deeds that took place on the night that Easter fell,
Clarion's doing like propaganda, like he's doing the
Storytelling.
spin.
yeah,
He's spinning the.
It's
Spin
Fox
Man.
News.
He's our spin man.
those are spin man.
Spin master.
No, because that's all fake.
Give me a perform check.
Performance.
Yeah.
I'm super good at that. Oh,
I'm
that
convinced.
doesn't bode well. Yeah, about that luckiness.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's better.
That's way better. Let's go with 28.
Holy crap!
You're
Yeah.
up in Lady Gaga at this point.
Yep.
You lucked out.
Clarion's
He's
new
pretty
ballad about the truth about Damien Easter has finally been.
What's that sound
It's
like?
topping the charts
Yeah, it is.
in Easter.
Oh, Easter, how we went down.
It's a catchy
We
tune.
all did something.
I can't.
Poor Casey, he's thinking you're putting him on the spot.
I can't get it out of my head.
and Mr. Bell.
After promising to help Christine in any way that he could, Vel has disappeared. Not entirely, but he's sort of been given to himself. He approached Rasper towards the beginning when it became clear that Rasper and Jamie were going to be taking out bliss dens and quelling riots and stuff. And I guess I felt like Vel and Rasper bonded a little bit at the end of last episode with with their treatment of the captain of the guard and everything. So he's going to make a few odd requests. He's going to ask for you to bring him some samples of bliss, and he's going to ask for some remains or anything you can come up with of a victim of the bliss extraction process for him.
Great. Rasper does this as they're clearing one of the dens. There are clearly burned husks of bodies and there's plenty of vials of bliss around, even in the vats, and so he pockets a few. After we shut one down and.
While you guys are collapsing all the bliss dens, you do notice that there are some places they've obviously been destroyed after news got out that Easter left. But there were like big summoning circles that were for like stacking pallets of bliss and was zapping them into another plane.
I'm probably also in the process then going to maybe speak with
Give me an
these.
arcane check.
Oh yeah.
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, speak with these two and make it out to 14.
It's pretty obvious that they are on their. It's a way to get things to the shores of hell.
Yeah. Okay. Groovy. Yeah, I've probably gone on a field trip with you two out to a bliss factory at one point and just had a look at the equipment again. Tried to piece together the process because Vel needs a new project, and that project is now bliss because scary implications.
Can we break this? Like, what's the circle? Is it like inlaid like gold or something?
It's been broken.
It's been broken?
It's already been used, yeah.
Okay.
It's like red paint and blood and dead chickens and grave dirt, and it's a whole big like room-sized ritual. You can make a small version, but you can make it as big or small as you want. But in this case, they made it very big.
Because they're
and
transporting.
very big cost. Yeah, because they're doing it on an industrial scale.
Yeah. Scary.
Christine, you are up in Easter. Did the stained glass shatter?
No, it cracked.
Oh, cracked. Excellent. I couldn't remember if it cracked or shattered.
Cracked.
It cracked. A messenger, no, not a messenger, James, comes up to you, and he says, and he seems a little perturbed by this, but he says, ma'am, there's the Sueester escort is here. His name is Marco Sueester. He wants to see you.
Yeah, send him in.
He kind of does a sarcastic bow, and he lets him in. Marco Sueester comes. His tavern is like the Easter Tavern, but it's got a black eagle instead of a white one, and there's also red, so it's red, yellow, and green.
Okay.
It kind of looks like a German flag a little bit.
And just for a history lesson, is it like the younger brother of Easter? Is
way
that
back.
Way back, but that is
Generations.
who
It was a younger brother of the Easter family.
Okay, so he is still an Easter. He does have
Yes.
Easter blood, so he does have.
Yeah, he has a pretty legitimate.
Yeah.
It's the most legitimate.
Most legitimate claim to the
Okay.
blood.
When they come in, I stand up and approach them.
He says, "Hello, you must be Lady Demarin."
Yes.
He shakes your hand. And
I
he says, "My
shake.
name is Marco." He's kind of young. It looks like he's been pretty tired. He's been riding hard to get here.
Well, welcome. I've just kind of been here holding down the fort till you got here.
Excellent. I'm going to. My brother is actually my older brother is going to be the one to take the throne, and I'll get birthday castle, as is Easter family tradition. So we are very grateful that you have upheld your honor and your vows and had returned the seat to us. We were worried, considering your recent marriage, that you would try to take the city for House Nostromo, but it appears that fear was unfounded.
Yes. Of course. Yes, so let me, I guess, go into the study and I'll debrief you on what's happened since I have stewarded.
Excellent. They shuffle off, and you do business things.
Business things. Business.
Let's roll some business checks.
Oh, please no.
2. I rolled 2 2s.
Business is bad. Business is bad.
Meanwhile, Vel, there's a knock on the door of your study.
I have a study. Hello?
It's the postman, Easterton, and he says, Mr. Tresnamonitars.
Yes, letter bearer.
I have a letter for you.
Okay.
It looks like it's postmarked from Marenton.
From Marenton. That's weird. Why would I be getting a letter? Okay, let's see it.
You open it up, and it has the Marenton seal on it, and it says, "This arrived to us from Sheriton. Looks like it was forwarded from there to from the elven consulate in Sheriton to someone to us, Virgie."
Okay.
And here's the little. I wish I could have printed it out. You can't read it.
That's a fancy
I
letter.
can't
It
read
is.
it.
Well, no. You
Oh.
can't. You,
Oh.
Kevin, can't
Yeah,
read.
yes. It's elvish things.
That's what Elvish. That top line is your name.
Oh,
In case you
God.
were wondering.
That's fantastic. That whole
the top
top
line
line.
is what your name looks like in Elvish
Fantastic.
script.
I'm gonna need to copy that.
Will
at
that
some
be
point.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Steven, will that be posted on the wiki?
Yeah, I'll post it on the wiki.
Yeah, actually, this should totally go up on the wiki.
It
Yeah.
looks
but-
very cool.
It is.
People at home.
Yeah.
For anyone wondering, it is.
Even did the seals on it and everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
yes,
English to
yes.
Latin to Tolkien script.
Oh God.
There's gonna be people like translating that now.
Yeah, it says something.
Great. Yeah.
The gist of it is you have been elected king of the Moonberry Festival in Sheriton.
Oh.
I think it's you've been elected king! Exclamation point. Of
Belle almost stops reading it, King.
You've been elected king of the Moonberry Festival.
Oh.
Which is quite an honor, and they are inviting you down to Sheriton for the festivities. You and your known associates.
Ah.
They
King of the
want-
Moonberry Festival. Take that, Alturius von Tarnakatora. Holds it up neatly and
Great.
puts it in his pocket.
Yeah. So the Moonberry Festival is in a couple. It's like a weekend long thing.
Oh, all right.
A couple of days.
Great.
Well, a little longer than a couple of days.
Actually-
a week from now.
As soon as I get that, I'm going to go running for Christine's study.
Great. You interrupt the bad
Yeah.
business.
Christine!
just a minute, Vel. Could you please wait outside until I'm done?
But I've been elected king of the Moonberry Festival.
Okay, Vel. Can it wait just 5 minutes?
Now we gotta go to Sheriton.
Okay, just let me finish this and then we'll go.
The Sui's just like, okay.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'll be outside.
He runs outside.
Sorry.
Clarion!
Uh-oh.
I'm just running around telling everybody now.
Vel books it up. Expeditious retreat has been
Yeah.
cast. Vel
I
runs
like
up to
that
you
that just lets me get
and
around.
informs you that he's been elected king of the Moonberry Festival.
Oh, I'm quite envious, Vel. I tried to be king and I was runner-up, but
Human. A human king of the Moonberry Festival. You're a dreamer, Clarion, and I like you.
But Clara, you probably have in Sheriton visited the Moonberry Festival at least.
yeah.
It's a yearly celebration
Yeah.
for a weekend, honoring the Moonberry.
Yeah.
Great.
Does Jamie hear this?
As soon as I tell Clarion, I'm going looking for you too. So.
I'm sharpening my bone. I don't know.
Your bone that's sticking out of from the bone bracelet.
Jamie, that's super gross. I thought you didn't have to do that thing anymore.
It feels good.
Ew.
What's up, Bill?
I've been elected king of the Moonberry Festival in Sheriton.
Moonberry Festival.
Yeah. It's probably not a trap or anything.
I hate the Moonberry Festival
Why? It's great.
because every year my dad would take my sister to the Moonberry Festival and he would never let me go.
I'm surprised they even do that far north. That's like your
Well-
dad went out of his way to be neglectful.
Yes. Tell me about it.
Wow.
I wanted to go every year, but I never could go.
Well, now you can, because you're invited too.
Rasper's in the room.
Rasper's been here the whole time.
He just doesn't.
Watching me sharpen my bone.
Unfazed.
You said nothing.
I assume you guys are gonna go.
Yes.
Yes. Finally have a chance to go to the Moonberry Festival and win at the pit throwing contest.
Yeah.
It's a thing now.
They did it in
I
Moonlight.
did it in Moonlight.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you throw the Moonberry pits. That's
Yeah.
right.
For whatever reason, I thought it was like a portable hole that you would like chuck. Whoever got it the furthest one.
That's like the really high elven magic.
Yeah. Wait.
I might have to steal that too. Okay, so as everyone knows, the best way to get down to Sheriton from Easterton is to take a river cruise down the Sherrywine.
Are we done with bad business?
Yeah, bad business is all done. All the paperwork has been signed.
T's have been crossed. Jamie makes sure that all the T's have been crossed and all the I's have been dotted and all the swoopy little elven things have been triple dotted.
And they all have.
Okay.
That's actually good. That's the letter A in Tolkien script.
3 dots?
It's over there.
3 dots on top of a letter. So, you guys make some travel around. How nice of a riverboat do you want to go down?
Oh, I want like a nice one that has a casino on it.
Do you want to pay for it?
Where's the... No.
So how nice of a boat?
We'll do like pretty nice. Not top notch, but not like the shittiest
Like
one
4
ever.
star, but not.
You know what?
The least wobbly boat we can get.
Does Rasper have an in on the nicest, richest casino boat?
Is that part of your thieves background?
Having a
Context?
I have contacts. I mean,
Yes.
it is.
Yeah, we'll do it.
And there is a
Katrina
legal
knows-
gambling, in.
He's going to use Katrina.
Yeah, Katrina knows. She says, Raspa, darling, I hear that you're going to Sheriton. I'm going to miss you terribly, but allow as my parting gift, I will give you a passage on our sister riverboat, the floating.
Braggart.
What?
Braggart.
All right, the floating braggart.
You always were kind.
Do come back when it's all over, Raspa. I have enjoyed having you so close.
Oh.
He smirks and turns away, walks out the door.
Rasper knows.
Rasper, no.
You guys get on the riverboat. The floating braggart is a small raft with maybe 10 rooms or so. It looks like, because the Sherrywine is a big river. I shouldn't have said a small raft. It's more like a paddle boat. Like
Yeah,
a
I'm picturing
Disneyland.
like Mark
Alright.
Twain.
Like a riverboat.
Yep.
Riverboat.
It's
So-
just like Mark Twain.
So this is a relatively smooth ride, so I'm going to say Vel's not going to get too seasick on this, which will be
No.
nice.
No, the Sherrywine it's a big,
Yeah.
huge river. It's just a gentle.
Yeah, and because of this, he's very excited, because this is the first time he's ever been on a boat and been able to exist in a comfortable manner.
It's a week-long journey. Do we have to do this?
What? No! Already?
No.
No!
Yeah, because we skipped a week.
Damn.
We skipped a week in Easterton.
No!
Yep. Oh wow. So
Can we just
perfect.
like put him in the water and have him swim?
just drag. Can we just drag him behind the boat for
Since you
an
guys
evening?
aren't out in the open, I think because the way that it
Oh, 'cause
works
it's
for
the
us,
moonlight.
it actually is the light.
Yeah.
So you could just board up a room.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
put him in cargo.
Alright. Yeah,
Clarion
yeah.
knows it's coming this time.
Yeah.
Let's make some checks.
All right.
Can we put him in cargo where there's no windows?
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's a hold in the bottom. Clarion, make a luck check.
Oh, but you're super lucky.
Yeah, you can have advantage on the luck check because you are lucky.
He's so lucky.
14 plus whatever.
Great. You are in. They actually put you like in the cell in the bottom. The captain's really confused as to why you would want this, but you guys have an in, so he's supposed to do whatever you say. And
Don't say that in front of Jamie.
Clarion doesn't. You like feel angry the whole night, and your hair stands on end, and maybe it gets a little bit thicker, but you don't change all the way.
You're probably even more annoyed because Vel sat across the way from you and took notes for most of the night.
Can we say that Clarion has like a goatee or a or a really big mustache?
Gross.
His like if he is Clarion shaven.
No, he
No, he
He's
has a
got a
red
big
beard.
beard. He's got a big red
yeah.
beard.
Does he really?
Yeah.
He's got. He's got
I
the
didn't know
Abraham
that.
Lincoln going on.
Yeah.
We need some drawings.
We
Yeah.
do.
Well,
Need
our
some-
guys.
Yeah, Clarion's got bright red hair and a
Are you
big
sure?
bushy beard.
Big bushy beard.
Oh, I did not know
No, I
that.
got the Abraham Lincoln going on.
Yeah.
You guys arrive at you arrive at Sheriton. The first thing that you hear as you get off the riverboat. Well, that's the first thing you see when you arrive in Sheriton as you're coming down the river is you see the city. It has kind of a curving river, and it's made in kind of part human, part elvish style. So there's a lot of heavily elven architecture in its influence. I think the first thing you guys come up on. I'm sorry, let me just grab my note here. Because I actually do have some notes on Sheriton. A bunch of them. Yes. So yeah, the first thing. Here's a little map of it.
Ooh, that's cool.
So you pass some like rich farmland, and as you guys are
so
going
it's kind
down
of on a
the-
river delta or something, kind of, right? Or-
Yeah, so I should describe the whole trip because this is kind of an overview of the whole continent.
Okay.
You come down from Easterton and you travel along the Sherrywine River through the forest, through like the forest of Arrow.
Were we allowed to see the peninsula picture?
Oh yeah,
Because we have this. I have this one. We have this one
Oh, yeah,
right
we have
now,
this
but
team.
I thought we had the whole
we
peninsula
do
picture.
somewhere.
Oh yeah,
right
right
here.
here.
Yeah.
So I'll step us through.
Cool.
So here's Easterton. You go past Barry, you see Birthday Castle. You keep on going down. You go through the mountains, and you kind of pass through, pass close by to Raventop, which is where the king lives. And you continue on down, following the forest. It's a really smooth ride. Once you pass through these mountains, you get into open Sherry, which is where you get into the rolling green hills. And just vineyards and farmland. You can just see like vineyards like stretching all across the region, and grasslands and just the fertilest soil in the whole continent. You come on down all the way south to Sheriton. You open up past the farmland and you see the city elven style. It moves you underneath one of the bridges. All the bridges are really intricate, and they all tell stories. Like as you pass over them in kind of like elvish calligraphy and like little pictographs. It's all gold and lots of swirls, lots of moon goddessy things.
Val, I can never figure out what any of those mean. Do you got any bearings on what them?
They're moon goddessy things.
They tell the story of Vel informs you that they tell the story of the moon goddess and her gift to the elven people, as well as her gift of wisdom to humanity and to some human figures like some of the early human wizards.
Basically, Lunam was awesome, and we're glad to have her back.
The river curves around, and you can see Castle Bloom. From it overlooks the water. It's less like a stronghold and more like a palace. It is meant to look like a big rose petal opening with ivory, like white ivory stone walls. That basically makes it look like a giant white rose in the center of the town. And you pass it, and you actually then curve back around the river as you go under another bridge, another big bridge. You know, it's like across the Mississippi style bridge, like it's a big river. And you can see a little bit into Elysian Square, which is which is like a square dedicated to their folk hero Elysian. And then you curve back around out to the ocean, and you paddle on over to a little stop in the Elven Quarter, which is this island on the western side. And you dock there, and you can see that like the city is a lot of canals that cut through Venice, sort of Venice style, but built on a river.
I like Sherry. I haven't been here since I came up from the homeland.
And yeah, you guys, you park, and the first thing that you hear is Sherrywine. And
In my youth, I knew a girl, sweet as honey, she was mine.
And then, as you listen a little bit more carefully, you hear someone else singing Sherrywine.
Father's wrath.
Sherrywine is at nauseum. It is like the song that everyone plays. It is like
It's like the Rains of Castamere in Game of Thrones.
it's
Or-
the favorite.
But like happy or
The Bear and the Maiden Fish.
fish. Well,
Everyone's singing it. Every bard has their own take. There's slow versions. There's fast versions. There's a version that's entirely played through a set of elven pipes. But you, for the first time, actually, well, no, because in Nod you heard some weird stuff, but you hear the long, endless chatter of the people as elves and quite a few half elves are chattering about in this sort of elven marketplace. This is the elven quarter of Sheriton. This whole island.
Okay.
A man comes up to you. He has super long. He's an elf. An elf comes up to you, and he has big pointy ears, long red elven hair, and he has like really nice robe. Everyone, the style in Sheriton is like French aristocracy, kind of, with all the gold buttons and buckles and things. And he comes up to you with a little book, and he says, he just starts speaking in Elvish, and it's long. Who speak Elvish? No.
I think I'm the only one who speaks Elvish.
I mean, I can.
It's like no.
Yeah,
I can brain talk to him.
You can
so.
brain time from if you need. Is that always going?
No.
He can just
Okay.
send messages and receive them back.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not. I'm not like.
He doesn't get to mind read all the time or
No,
anything.
yeah, I have to actually like just send messages.
Oh man, it's not all over again.
Yeah. So he just says, hello, welcome. What's your purpose here, business here on this festival? Can I have your names, passenger information? He has a big tome that he's flipping through, and he finds a clear page, and he just prestidigitates ink at the tip of his finger.
Val, can you translate?
I sure can.
Oh, I'm sorry. You are Aaron. I should have known.
Yeah, it's cool. I didn't need to translate.
I was just simply asking your party leader here, what exactly brings you here to Sheriton?
I, party leader, have been. I received this note. Electing me.
He looks at it, and then he sees the seal, and he says, "Oh my goodness!" And he closes the book, and then he says, "Welcome, O King of the Moonberry Festival."
Thank you.
He says, "I will. If you'll come with me, I will show you to your provided quarters. For it is the finest hotel we have to offer."
Oh, fantastic! Thank you.
He says, "We're right this way," and he snaps his fingers a few times because you guys have bags.
Mm-hmm.
And some other some half elves that look like they're like pretty big. They're like bulky half elves. They come up and they say, "Can we take your bags, please?"
Oh, yes, here. And I give him.
Thank you very much. And they pick them up and they carry them. And this sprightly elf, is like very happy. He's skipping. He says, "Come right this way."
Like skip. There's like flowers growing wherever he skips along. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's
He's fancy.
elves have magic coming out
Yes,
of
their
all
feet.
their orifices.
Yes. They,
The ones on their feet.
Yeah.
how did you know about my foot orifices?
Feet mouth.
Yeah.
I'm not firing the can on that one.
Yeah. How am I supposed to get nourishment from the soil without?
He skips around and he takes you through town. You notice that there's lots of people doing lots of things, but it seems like because all elves can do a little bit of magic, it seems like everyone is doing normal things, but kind of in a weird way. So like instead of the baker pulling bread out of the oven, the baker is floating bread out of the oven. Oh. And it's elvish twisty bread. Instead of just lighting a fire, he's just snapping the fire into existence. Every corner, there's a different version of Sherrywine.
That was the song or the...
The song.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, and
And the
there's
wine.
plenty, yes, and lots of, you see lots of signs that have a green bottle of elven absinthe, and then some letters in both Elvish and human that say, Elvish absinthe sold here. You arrive at a little hotel. It's called... I should have translated all of these into Latin first.
Yeah.
But it means pink rose.
This means pink rose.
Oh.
Yeah.
They'll have names like Rosa,
No.
Rosa Picarius.
Sure.
And you come to a little place. It's a very. You notice the first thing is that the inn looks very nice, but it's very thin. It's maybe only 12 feet wide.
Whoa.
And he says, "Right this way." And he opens it up, and you see that it is a straight hallway that goes back with just rows of doors, like door frame. They're all like right next to each other. Every room is a door frame. Right next to each other.
Finally, a proper elven inn.
And he says, so these, there's 12 rooms, and he says, all 12 of these rooms are yours for you and anyone else who would like to stay here.
Fantastic. It looks like there's just 5 of us right now, right? Nobody else came down with us, did they?
Excellent. We weren't sure how many would be with you, so we just booked the whole inn.
I did shoot invites to everyone I know, but so far only these 5 came, so...
I see. Did you really send invites to...
I don't know. I probably invited Christoph
And Lily.
and Virgie and everybody else whose address
They're
I
sitting
knew
in Marrington like, how are we going to do this?
I might have written the invitations in half Elvish or something. But
Blah, blah, blah. Party! Let's
yes.
King!
Moonberry.
King!
I was excited.
Um,
Actually, yeah, they like, King?
Kristoff
Party?
thinks that you murdered the Moonberry King.
It's early morning. He says, this evening, the festivities will begin. First will be the pit throwing, followed by we have you special seats at the opera.
Ooh.
The opera of Ozzy and Zythenia.
Yeah. Ooh, I haven't gotten this.
It's a very special performance. Inaugural of this Moonberry Festival in your honor.
How was it decided that I would be king of this Moonberry
Well,
Festival?
as always, we took a group vote, and considering that you are the Exaltus Populi, and because of you we will never die, we thought that it was fitting to elect you as king of this year's Moonberry Festival.
Okay, just checking, you know.
We heard that there was talk of having you elected in the homeland, but we got you first. So there.
Also, that's a long ways away. So
Yes, that's what we all said. We all agreed.
All right. Well, thank you. I guess we'll get settled here
Great.
and then get ready for the festivities. This
I'm
is
gonna
exciting.
open one of the doors.
It is about a 2 feet deep by 2 feet wide. It is
Oh wow, it's
only
even smaller than I thought
it's
it was.
only big enough for a single person to sit cross-legged, but the floor is very soft.
Is there a button where we can press inside the room to open up
No,
one
this
side
isn't
of the
like
closet?
this isn't
and
like
take away
Bender's apartment from Futurama.
Damn it. Thank you, Casey.
Yeah,
for
it's
knowing I was going.
it's like
Yeah,
Bender's
open up.
apartment, but the part Bender is in.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's that big.
I go to room 5 and I open it up. I go, oh great, home sweet home.
Isn't it great? So much wasted space in human ends.
I put my backpack down in it. And then I close the door.
Rasper takes a look inside and drops his stuff in the hall and says, I'm sleeping here. In the middle of the hall.
All right.
As Rasper says that, you hear a familiar voice at the door, and it says, well, I don't think that there's any reason for you to do that. Your head swivels, and it's young Z standing
Nah.
at the front of the inn. She says, hello, Clarion.
Hey, young Z.
I'm sorry that we had to part in such unpleasant terms. But it's good to see that you are here in Sheriton.
Well, I was gonna say that your kiss knocked me out.
She genuinely laughs at that.
Clarion.
Jamie rolls his eyes.
Clarion, say the word and I'll light her on fire.
Why would I want that, Val?
Because she's bad.
Val, that's no way for a king to act.
I have some things for you. Things that I believe that my father promised you. I'm making sure that all of his accounts are closed after his unfortunate accident. And she motions for a couple of people, and you can see that there's 3. No, there's only 2. There's 2 guards, or not guards, but there's handmen.
Heavy.
They're porters. No, they're not heavy. They're noddish, but they're dressed in nice clothes. And one of them has a box about this big, very nice dark mahogany, and the other one has a box about this big, also the same make. They look like perfectly sealed. And they walk up to Vel and to Jamie, and they hold it out for you to open.
Presents.
Gift for the king.
You open it up, Vel, and it is a very finely crafted coat to all your specifications, with the pockets, as many pockets as you specified.
They even put the one right here.
Jamie, you open it up, and there's a couple of there's a pair of knottish steel daggers with Jamie and something in each of the handles.
Yay! I love my name.
And she said, I was sorry that he wasn't able to get you those. Says, Christine, I know that it seems that we were supposed to get you a set of full plate armor, but it looks like are you wearing your armor?
Yeah.
It looks like you already have it.
Yes.
So perhaps I know that we're all attending the opera tonight. So perhaps we could go and get you something more suitable than your armor to wear. We have a dressmaker in town on Retainer.
I would like that.
And me?
Rasper, you are already paid.
Not by your father.
Yes. He took very meticulous notes.
No, I actually.
See, this is what you get when you only want money.
But is there something else?
I must have spent.
Is there something else we could get you, Rasper?
You spent within the hour. You know that big saga propolonium you got?
Oh, yeah.
No, we got no.
Never mind.
I think that discussion happens.
In Rasper's head.
Additionally, perhaps for those of you who need accommodations in which you need to stretch out.
Yes.
And the elf with the long red hair, he is overhearing this, kind of angry at her.
Yeah.
He knows he can't say anything.
Velek walks over and crosses his arm next to him. He's like,
she says, "I'm so terribly sorry. After those bandits killed my father, it was kind of chaotic over there. However, we're trying to make sure that his legacy is carried on, and that includes making sure that all of his debts are paid."
I'm gonna brain talk to her.
Okay.
And just say, liar. That's all I say is liar.
She reacts to this. I don't know exactly how it works, if it's your voice, so she can tell where it's from. It's outer god stuff. I don't know if she can tell. She kind of looks
Oh
around.
my god, you're gonna drive her insane.
No.
And
Well, I will always feel comfortable staying under the same roof as you, Youngsy.
excellent. Well, why don't we take anyone who wants to come with me? I have a a slightly larger hotel booked, not too far away. Val,
that's
I
okay.
imagine
No.
that
No, I'll
choices-
stay here with my 12 rooms.
11 rooms. Or 6 rooms.
And
As-
no
as-
hallway.
As
As he
Does Rasper stay
Rasper
up?
drops the rest of the stuff in the corner in the middle of the hall.
Oh.
Young Z kind of makes a face, a bit of like, that's fair enough. I can understand your desire to stick with your friends.
Alright.
Vel like kind of goes in for a hug, but then like Rasper.
Rasper just.
Alright, Val. I get 1 through 6, you get 11 through 12. No, 7 through 12. Math is hard. 7 through 12.
Okay.
Sweet. I go to room 5.
You go to room 5, and again, like 2 feet by 3 feet.
Yeah.
There's like a shelf up in the top to put some stuff in.
Okay. Jimmy doesn't like. Jimmy wants to stay in the really nice hotel, but he feels like he's trying to show off his elf. Like he wants to be a
I
part of
get
the
it.
elf
Yeah.
culture.
Totally.
So he's just like.
The elf guy with the long red hair, I was gonna say, but I didn't want to interrupt. He actually does look impressed when you say that. He goes. He looks a little less down his nose at you. Although half elves actually are pretty accepted here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like a huge.
I'd imagine there's actually probably a fairly large half-elf population.
This is probably the largest half elf population in the world.
Makes sense.
Rasper doesn't trust Young Z. That's what he's
Yeah.
saying.
That makes
No one
perfect
trusts
sense.
Except
I
for-
trust you.
I don't think any of us
God
except
damn it,
for Clara
Clarion.
trust
I
Young
love
Z.
Clarion.
Without knowing her game, he'd rather just stay there.
All right.
Comfortable or no?
Cool.
I have really good insight
Well,
too.
I guess Christina and Rasper have 2 different philosophies because Christina's keep your friends close and your enemies closer. So she's gonna actually go with Young Z.
Great.
Because she wants to be fully rested in case of an attack.
Fair enough.
Can we?
As
Can I interject? Can we say that on our way to this place that Vel has been teaching Jamie like basic elven just so he can like
sure. I mean, if you want to
Great.
say that Jamie's been asking about that before now, I'm
Yeah.
sure Vel would have been since our conversation in Marenton, I'm sure he would have been happy to, be teaching you basic Elvish.
like he's not fluent or anything, but he knows like how much of Elvish as I know of Spanish,
which
which is like
It's
I'm
like,
like,
where's the bathroom?
where's the
Is it hot or
bathroom?
cold outside?
yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
exactly.
you know how to say
Where's the museum?
salutations.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Donde está la biblioteca?
One last little bit, because I just don't want to leave this hanging. Val has a moment with the new coat. He looks down at Oselax's robe that he's wearing, and back at the new coat. Then he shrugs and puts the coat on over Oselax.
it doesn't quite fit.
Yeah.
Especially with the extra padding from Ossilax's huge coat.
Yeah. His was like a robe, right? just
No,
check.
his
Yeah.
was like a big coat. They're
Oh,
both
okay.
coats.
Great.
They're both like trench coats.
Great. Okay, perfect. I'm just wearing 2 trench coats now.
Yep. You just doubled your cool.
I did. Popped collars on both. No, just the one.
Which one?
Ossilax is
Yeah,
always
Oselax's
a
is
high collar.
perma popped. Sidebar. Apparently, it looks like Orin's coat from Final Fantasy X. So I don't know. I'm cool with it. Thanks, Steven, for the cool coat. And now I'm gonna wear both the cool coats you gave me. So.
I want a cool coat.
You just got daggers.
Don't be greedy.
All right.
Okay, so I guess we go with some of us go with Young Z to get a room, and then
Great. So she takes you to a hotel, fairly close, and she says, "Yes, my estate is on another island across the city, but I figured it would be better if you were closer to Vel. It's only a few blocks away." And she says, "Great, we can drop our stuff off here, and then we can go to our dressmaker nearby."
yeah, great. Okay.
Clarion, I hope that there aren't any hard feelings.
Oh, I never hold any hard feelings towards you, Youngsy.
Good.
Find psychiatrist for Clary.
I wish it. Like I said, I wish I didn't have to involve you in the whole thing, but it was I made a miscalculation, and let's say I panicked.
That's fine. As long as no one was hurt.
She like weighs a joke, and then she says, no one that didn't already deserve to be hurt.
I agree.
All right.
It's just them, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys want to do in the meantime before we go to dressmaking?
I'm going to dressmaking.
Oh.
Oh,
You're following with them. You're just staying in the. Oh. Okay.
Oh no, not to the hotel, but when they go to the dress shop.
Oh.
Give me a perception check.
Fine. Get that.
Because you stayed in the hotel. They're away.
We're going straight to dressmaking.
11.
I'm gonna say you're not able to pick up where they went. It's a bustling city.
Fine.
You pop outside and you look around, but there's no sign of where they went.
Okay.
That's all right, Jamie. Let's go get some elvish twisty bread.
And elfish absinthe. Rasper says with a smile.
You guys go to a little, it's a little elvish bakery, and you can see that there's the bartender and the baker are the same dude. He just sits in a chair, and everything else just floats around the room at him.
Oh my god!
So you can see he's baking bread at the same time as he's pouring drinks, and he's just sitting there having a nice conversation with a old elven gentleman. And the old elven gentleman has like close cropped hair, which is kind of a big deal for elves because their hair never grows after they reach maturity.
Yeah. Enters the shop, has kind of an elvish nonverbal that "Ora," and then he throws a couple of coins into the air, and they float over to the guy, and a few things of bread float over to us.
He catches the coins. He looks at them. He puts his hands like this. He turns them into wooden discs, and he puts them in a just a pile on the desk.
Feels like home.
Jamie is going to receive his bread and in horrible elven say, thank you very much.
Much thanks.
I thank you, person.
Much nice.
You're getting better.
The old elf kind of looks kind of in Rasper's direction. He has a big scar. The elf kind of like nods at Rasper's direction and just like whistles a thieves' cant greeting.
What is it? Just a standard greeting?
Just like an acknowledgement, like, "Hey, I see you."
Rasper whistles back the same.
You guys are so musical.
Cool. And
What would that sound like, Josh?
what? The joke is I can't whistle.
I was gonna help you out.
Wait. So it's not. Is this the barkeep that's whistling?
No, it's the
other guy.
short hair.
We're in a bread shop.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
He whistles the same and walks over to the man, and the man's sitting next to the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Rasper first turns to the barkeep and asks for a bottle of elfish absinthe.
Oh, okay. We are in a bar.
And a couple glasses.
Yeah, it's a bakery / bar.
Oh, okay.
It's a barkery.
Yes.
Barkery.
What's it called?
What?
What's it called?
It's called the Barkery. It's called Little Elvish Barkery.
It's just Barker. It's
Just like home.
Barkery.
Barkery.
He asks for a whole bottle, and 2 glasses.
He says Bell gets. He says, "Oh, here we go. Crazy guy doesn't know what he's getting into." I love watching humans. I love watching humans fall over, and he floats over a bottle for you, and it hovers just out of your reach. And he
I take out a couple coins. Yeah.
He
put
floats
them
them
on
over
the
to
table.
himself, turns them to wood, puts them in a pile. Yeah, it's just a pile, but you don't have to guard wood coins.
Right.
And
I think you would in a magical elven town that could turn
it
back
might be
into money.
difficult to change them.
It takes a degree of expertise.
Okay.
You have to be a transmutation specialist wizard with at least a level in wizard. So
So he's a level 1 wizard / barkeep.
yeah,
Oh, man. Level
You
6
know.
barkeep.
He's also invulnerable.
Maybe.
Rasper pours himself one of the glasses and slides the other empty glass over. You can let me know if this works, but
Okay.
I'm gonna say that in thief culture, you never pour. Only people that are untrustworthy pour another person's drink.
That's actually probably wizard to live by. So you slide the empty glass to him.
So I take an empty glass over as an offer.
He nods and holds his hand up for you to slide the bottle to him.
Yeah, the bottle's in between us.
Oh, great. He pours himself a small glass and he raises it and he takes a drink.
And Rasper whistles. What brings you here? He's clearly an elf.
Yeah, he's clearly an elf.
Okay. What brings you here, elf?
Rasper's in a musical mood today. It's weird.
Meanwhile, while they're
it's a gruff whistle.
yeah, while they're having a conversation, Belle and Jamie, the barkeep is just asked, "What brings you here? What brings you here?"
Moonberry Festival.
You, sir,
Oh.
are in luck, but it sounds really bad. It's really bad. It's like, you lucky man, you have king here.
He like looks around. Meanwhile, this guy he says, "I'm just here for a drink. If you're looking for trouble, look elsewhere. I'm out of the game."
No trouble, but why call me over? Do you know me?
He whistles. No, I know the type.
Right. What's your name?
My name is he whistles my name, and then Elvish names don't do well in thieves' can't. So he just he looks around and he says, "You can call me," and he just says Scar,
Scar.
because it's probably something like Scarvarius.
Sure.
Like
He's got a scar.
It's
Right.
got a
Yeah,
big
he's got a
scar.
big
Big,
Yeah.
big scar.
Yeah, exactly.
Was he born with this scar?
No,
No.
it
Elvish
looks
names
like,
are fluid, man.
looks like it's they change.
Oh, they changed as a person?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on what job you have, it changes. It's like a
My dad named me something. He didn't want me to take his name, so it's like,
Oh, your dad named you something. I thought that was a thing you did.
they're like, something.
Oh.
not a
My
nice
Dad
thing.
was a dick.
My dad was a dick.
I like that you're playing up the dad angle. It's helping me out.
So Scar, what brings you to the festival?
He says I live here. I used to do some running between here and the homeland, but between here and Azalea, excuse me. But after the homeland caught me and he kind of rubs his hair, he says, I pretty much retired a little bit after that.
I see. Wow.
The barkeep has finished looking around. He goes, "Oh, you mean the Moonberry King? Well, let me bake you the traditional Moonberry pie."
Ooh, I didn't know there was one of those.
He says, "Yes, let me be the first. I'll only make you small pieces because I know you'll be having everyone's Moonberry pie before the end of the night."
Yeah.
You can see some things like happening in the background. Dough is being kneaded on its own, and you can see the moonberries, which are like that fruit that comes from the moon tree. They're being you see them being squished and.
Didn't we ate some of those ones, right?
Yeah, they're like healing
Reuniting.
potions.
They're even better in pies.
Everything's better in pies.
And the Scar looks to Rasper, and he says, "What brings you here?"
I'm with friends.
And he says, these two, as Jamie and Belle are laughing delightfully as the moonberry pie is being baked.
Rasper says, yes.
He nods and he says, 2 coats. It's the mark of a powerful sorcerer.
Yes.
Rasper turns over and is watching Belle goof around.
Yay.
Is it? Well,
Gotta give me some coats.
He says, yes. That's
This is
they
all.
haven't-
This
yeah.
is all in whistle,
in-
right?
Yeah, in
Yeah.
thieves'
So,
camp. Yeah, they have a pretty large, because he doesn't speak common.
yeah.
They have a pretty large affinity for coats.
that they do. Well, if you don't mind, I'll be joining my friends.
No problem. Thanks for the drink.
Rasper takes the bottle with him and his glass and leaves the other glass.
Rasper!
The pie is coming out of the oven after it's been superheated, and he slices it. And again, like, because the berries look hollow foil, even when they're squished, they look hollow foil inside the pie, almost like you're staring at space or like a
Yeah.
like a rare
God.
Pokemon card. He
Holographic pie.
the pie just like splits, comes in the air, plates fly underneath, and the pie flops over. And he shoots it out to the two of you, and he says, "Is this man with you?"
Yes, he is.
And another piece.
Rasper, he had his hand out just and this like generally speak like it's just relaxed and a pie plate just went
And he says, "Enjoy." They're like just little slivers of pie.
I hold it like this and I look kind of out of the corner of my mask to Vel to see how he eats the pie.
There are forks. There are forks nearby.
Yeah, and Vel just levitates a fork over into his hand, and then a fork into his other hand. And starts doing like this weird little elven eaty thing with 2 forks.
I go and grab 2 forks and like do the thing like
Just trying to mimic his elvenness.
so I have to like
Get it in the mask.
oh.
We're
Jamie,
gonna make that thing collapse more.
Jamie, now that you have your powers back, is your new patron not able to fix your face?
I don't know. I haven't taken the mask off.
Oh, interesting.
It's
Probably it's
something-
pretty smelly under there.
Probably. I only smell metal.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll check it out later.
Okay.
So
That's true. People might not even be able to tell your race.
Yeah, they could probably. Yeah, that's
Not
true.
the ears.
They can
I
see
still have
the
ears.
his ears are
Oh,
probably
your
a little.
ears are out.
They're probably
Okay.
shorter
I
than.
mean, the mask is like right
Oh,
here. So
okay.
when my hood's not up, when my hood's down, I
Okay.
still have ears.
Yeah, so you have the slightly pointy ears.
Yeah, they're not as pointy as a full
They're
elf,
not.
but yeah.
They're not.
No, they're right.
But they're-
And my physique is still that of a half elf.
Yeah, you're a little bigger than a normal elf would be, I guess.
Yeah, but it's sort of like
Well.
just you could be a light human. Like elves usually think that half elves are humans, and humans usually think half elves are elves.
Exactly.
But without the racial signifiers of your ears, they probably are confused.
Yeah.
What does the elfish absinthe taste like?
You've had it before.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what you
oh,
and
that's right,
Franklin.
that's right.
That's what you and
Yeah.
Franklin
It's been a while.
went toe to toe with.
It's good.
This is better
That's good.
than what was there.
Is it stronger?
I think it's really sweet too.
Mhm.
I think it's like drinking cake or something. Yeah. If I remember. Maybe I'm just
Really
making that up.
alcoholic, possibly slightly hallucinogenic cake.
Everything kind of takes on a rosy quality. Not like bliss levels where
Right.
everything's happening.
Rasper's sipping it. He's not gulping it because it's rich.
It pairs very well with the moonberry cake, in case anyone's
Mhm.
wondering. Moonberry pie.
Oh, correct.
Meanwhile,
I'm gonna ask for
Yes.
some. I want some. I want a glass.
okay, you want to give him some?
I slide over my glass and I drink from the bottle.
I look at the barkeep.
He's just like looking at you like there's nothing wrong.
Can please cup now, please?
Whoa! Why would you insult Rasper by turning down the cup he offered? He drank from that cup.
feel like Bella's in on
The-
a joke now.
the elf says no, and then in Elvish he says some people are weird about this here, and he just uses prestidigitation to just clean the cup, and the dirt just goes, and then like slides on the counter and inches away like an inch.
I like the implication
out
that
of the
Rasper left dirt on the cup he was.
maybe like some smudges.
Yeah.
All right, well, I pour some out one absinthe and I don't know.
Your swizzle straw deploys.
It forms a heart.
Meanwhile, Clarion and Christine and Youngzi are headed to a dressmaker shop. The building is unmarked, but you can tell that it's very fancy.
Ooh.
Back street dressmaker shop.
No, it's not back street. It's on a main street. It's just unmarked.
Oh.
And so it's a door, and she knocks on it, and the door opens up, and there's a very nice woman there. She says, "Come in." And you come inside. It's a beautiful salon with really nice cushioned furniture, lots of embroidery on everything. Everything kind of has a sort of doily curtain, like, think Victorian era.
Yeah.
Like a Victorian era waiting room. You can see a couple of dresses, and there's there's a woman there who is tall. She's an elven woman, and she has long hair, of course, that she just lets flow. But you can see that she has lots of pins. She's a dressmaker. She has pins and she has tape. And she has all these things on her. And also you see a young woman, pretty close to young Z, and you're 24. You're 22, and young Z is like 20. So she's like maybe 21.
Okay.
She's wearing very nice clothes, gold, and lots of gold trim, and sort of like a brownish in sherry style. So it's kind of a more ball gowny, but no, without the hoop skirt. And she has a tiara on her head, a sort of gold silvered thing. Youngzi invites you guys in. She says, "Go on in."
Yeah.
And she closes the door behind you, and she slides a lock on the front. And you guys don't speak Elvish.
No.
You don't speak Elvish?
No.
I'm giving you Elvish.
Okay.
You've lived here too long to
I was
not.
gonna say.
That makes no sense.
You at least have that smattering of pseudo Elvish.
Yeah,
you
I
have.
you.
Yeah.
I could ask him where the bathroom is, and
No, Clarion knows Elvish. That makes no sense. Oh, and there's high common going on here too, isn't there?
Oh.
Oh yeah.
That's human edge, though. The elven woman turns to Youngzi and says, who are we dressing for today?" And she says, she starts to say like, the three of us actually, Clarion, do you want
I was gonna say this place might be a little too fancy for me, but I wouldn't mind.
nonsense? We're going to the
I wouldn't mind a ball kilt.
We're going to the opera. So I think she says in Elvish to the woman, "Do you think you can make a ball kilt?" The word kilt sounds weird in Elvish.
Yes.
A ball kilt, and she thinks, and she says, "Yes, I think they can be arranged."
Isn't every kilt a ball kilt?
And
No, there's fancy kilts.
she
and
says,
there's
"Why
non-fancy kilts.
don't I take some measurements?" And Youngzi says, Christine is Lady of Meriton, so she's going to be with royal blue and gold. And Clarion is is John's a clan, Clarion?
No, I would be under.
You're McHowlett.
Yeah, I think it'd be
Great.
McHowlett.
He's clan
like a forest-
McHowlett, which is
Forest green and a blue.
Morayish clans.
yeah. Moray has clans, and they don't have coat of arms. They have
Colors.
Patterns.
patterns.
Yeah.
And so
Wait.
she says, "I'll probably have to send out a
I think it's off to the right.
Oh, we have a thing.
Oh yeah, McCall. There it is.
Oh, McHowlett.
I didn't know we had a thing.
I think it said McCowlick.
No, McHowlett.
It's
Okay.
black and white from what I can tell on this.
Well,
I like
They're
that
the
detail
silver.
has been around for so long, but
Yeah.
we've just never
Yeah.
mentioned it.
Yeah.
Look, yes, there's Tamara.
So she
There's
says,
the
go right ahead, and we'll. She says, why don't we, Christine? Why don't we measure you first? And the elvish woman motions. There's like a little platform with the 3 mirrors
Yeah.
to take measurements
Okay.
on. The elvish woman is actually using her hands. To measure it. I imagine that there's some elvish dressmakers who could just use magic to measure you, but this is a more polite way to do it. So it's actually a sign of quality that they aren't using magic to measure you.
Made. It's like organic, but
Yeah, exactly. So as she's measuring everyone else, Youngzy sits and there's like some tea and crackers and some very nice Griffin Rose red wine. They're even nicer than you guys have seen before, nicer than the shit in Easterton. This is like good vintage because we're in the heart of it. Griffin Rose is who is in the rose. So, big deal. So it's very nice wine, and Youngzy pours herself a glass, and she says if anyone else would like some, and she sits on one of the couches.
Oh, I love a glass.
She says she pours Claire in a glass. Do you sit next to her?
Mhm.
She sits comfortably next to you. It feels a little bit more like old times. And Christine, as you're getting measured, she says, "I'm so rude. Let me introduce my
the woman in the
other lady."
tiara.
Yes, Christine. While I'm sure you know her, I imagine you haven't met. This is Anastasia Carmel. Princess Anastasia Carmel.
Oh.
And she kind of like waves she has a long gloved hand. She says, "Hello."
Lady.
And she kind of laughs. She says, please, this is," and Youngzy says, we're both pretty big fans of yours, Christine.
What?
Anastasia, she kind of leans in and she says, "No, seriously, you've the last year and a half is certainly it's very exciting."
Why?
Hold still, please.
Why?
Anastasia says, "Well, it's kind of complicated," and Youngzy says it very bluntly. "It's very exciting because of what Damien Easter did about a year ago. He gave you lands."
Yes.
Yes, and Anastasia kind of says, "It's just interesting because it sets a very interesting precedent and one that many have taken note of. Your husband was not given lands.
Oh.
You were given them." Youngzy says, "As you know, Anastasia is here set to is the only daughter of King Carmel, of Jactavius Carmel, and so that creates a certainly an interesting precedent."
Yes, it does. I didn't
And
really think
Anastasia
about
says,
it like that.
And the fact that you've been able to hang on to it has also been interesting. And yes, I see you married Nostromo. However, if I understand it, young Gregory has not taken over any kind of day-to-day rulings.
No, not at all.
And Youngzy kind of says, like, looks at Anastasia and is like, and Youngzi turns to Clarion, then remembering and says, "Oh, Clarion, it's important that you don't. This is supposed to be a place for this is supposed to be a place here for us ladies, but I figured that I can trust you."
Oh, 100%.
Excellent. See, Christine, you're not the only. There are Anastasia and I. We certainly feel that there's beginning to be a shift, which you have started to make possible.
Oh.
Maybe even symbolically. My father and perhaps many others would disagree, but the fact that you have your lands is actually quite important for us women as a whole.
I see.
So I think that's kind of why I wanted to invite you here. Moon says, "I'm finished. Would you like to go next, sir?"
Yes, my lady.
Clarion gets up and starts being measured. And Christine, you want to sit down? Do you have? You obviously, I think, took your armor off.
Yeah.
It's really
before
hard to
you-
get measurements.
Yeah, with all the armor on. Yeah.
Yeah.
This tailor's really good.
With magic, you could. She could like slip the ribbon between the. But no. Young Anastasia says, "So really, we just want to." Young Z and I had the idea for, I guess, just sort of making. Young Z and I have been friends for a long time. We grew up here. My father sent me here to study and to learn high culture. And it's certainly better for a princess to be here in Sheriton than up in the solitude of Raventop. And Young Z said, and of course, my father doing business here all the time. I was here a lot, but that's just. The thing is, we were here because of our fathers, not because of ourselves. However, out of this friendship, we both realized that the only thing that necessarily stopped us from doing potentially greater things was our gender, and that isn't right. And Anastasia says, "We don't need anything from you now. Just simply." We invited you here hoping that you'll be our friend and that you'll help us fight for what's right when the time comes. Because it's as much of a vested interest for you, and Youngzi says, as it is for us.
Wow, I've actually I've never had girlfriends before, so this is kind of exciting and new for me.
Somewhere you hear Jamie cry out.
Something's wrong.
My Christine senses a jingle.
While I do not, Youngzi, while your father's death was
Tragic.
yes, tragic.
Clarion's getting.
Oh no, a little lower. You gotta keep it right about the knee level, and a little bit higher. The socks come up a little higher.
Yeah, I think that I didn't realize what I was doing when I asked for my lands back. It just kind of.
Nor do we think that Easter knew what he was doing when he gave them to you.
He was also a Rakshasa.
They both kind of. Well, that explains a lot. Perhaps that didn't even factor into his decision. He didn't realize what he was doing. He just thought that this was maybe a solution that he could do anyway.
So yes, I think it would be a good friendship to have.
Good. Then to celebrate, of course, this dress is on. This is Youngzi. This dress is on me. What?
It's supposed to be a fat joke.
This dress is on me, and it is both the princess and I are also part of the guests of honor at the opera tonight. So we'll go and we'll give you a proper night on the town.
Great.
And Anastasia says, you know, you can get pretty much anything you want when you're a princess. Meanwhile, cut to the as
Cut
the
to Jamie
blueberry-
going, I should be a princess.
Cut to the elvish barkery.
Little.
The little elvish barkery, as the bartender is bartender, the bake tender is is weaving another piece of elvish bread, and he's setting it on the counter for you guys to enjoy.
Do they have to cook the bread still, or like can they just
It
like
kind
go?
of cooks itself.
They weave it as it's cooking.
Ooh. Jamie goes up and grabs it and just rips off an end piece.
It's a little hot, but it's good.
I like the heat.
I like things hot.
As you guys are doing this, Christine, Clarion, Youngzy, and Anastasia arrive at the. No, I guess they're looking for you at. They're probably looking back for you guys at the hotel.
Mm-hmm. I think we'll probably finish our twisty bread and head back there anyway.
Mm-hmm.
When you arrive back, you see the four of them waiting.
Dressed?
I brought you twisty bread.
Yes, your new outfits, or you have your new outfits. You haven't changed them.
Okay.
I imagine they're like nicely, beautifully wrapped packages
Yep.
with bows.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind the twisty bread, Belle.
Never mind the twisty.
No, but like the pie is more important than the twisty bread. So you gotta have the pie first, then the twisty bread.
Yeah, they're both very good. Drunchies have set in. He's like looking at the pie and fishy bread, and he's like, ugh.
I kind of look at Youngzy and Anastasia like,
And you can see that Youngzy, who's known these guys, is kind of like, okay, and Anastasia's like kind of a little appalled as Rasper shoves pie in his face.
Wipes his,
And Vel goes, I got a twisty bread for you, and a twisty bread for you. And then he passes by Youngzy, and he goes, I don't know who you are, but I brought you one too.
He says, thank you, and Youngzy crosses her arms. And
Hi, how you doing? My name's Jamie. Nice to meet you. Put out a hand to Anastasia, totally ignoring Youngzy.
Youngzy just stands over by Clarion, and she says, "Hi, I am Princess Carmel." Are you a knight?
Yes, I am a knight in Lady Demarin's service.
Are you shaking your head?
Yeah.
She goes, oh, you must be another bard then.
No, do I look like a no? I gotta be straight with you. I like you. I'm I'm Christine's head advisor.
Give me a charisma check.
Rasper.
That's the truth though.
Rasper
Oh, no,
laughs.
not head advisor, you are an advisor.
You're charming.
This is to determine how
You're
charming
turning on
you
the-
are.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have good
This
charisma.
is-
You are a warlock. Thank
Yeah. This is how well you.
you. This is your wheelhouse.
16.
Yeah, very good job.
Yes, she says, oh, that's you are very, very charming, advisor Jamie.
Yes.
Nice to meet you. You may call me Your Highness.
You got it, Your Highness. And can I do like I'll go down to one and like have her hand and like I'll.
Oh yeah, no, she expects it.
And you can call me Your Highness.
You must be Vel. Everyone has been talking about you. What did they
Really?
call you? The Exacat?
Exaltus Populi. Yeah, still not used to that.
Well, it was quite a stir when they elected you. Everyone, they all agreed. I've never seen the elven community come together in such a bizarre moment.
Me neither.
So, is it time? Perhaps we should retire. We'll get ready and then we'll head to the opera.
Great.
We can get there by gondola.
Yes.
Ooh.
Like a ski lodge gondola or like a.
Yeah, like
No,
a ski
like
lodge
a
kind of-
Venice gondola.
Rivers.
Hey, I don't.
Lots of
There
rivers.
could be ski lodge gondolas
You
here.
mean like a people mover?
Like a gondola, like the things you take to get to the top of a mountain for ski lodge.
You guys go back. You put on your nicest clothes because I think you guys still have some nice clothes from other events, unless Rasper doesn't. Oh no, Raspers are torn up.
Yeah.
Jamie's.
Rasper starts to put them on and looks at him and says, "Psst, Jamie, how do I look?"
Perfect.
And he looks and he frowns and tears it off. And just goes in his leather.
Jamie's a little pissed because he has to wear old fancy clothes now that have been worn once before, and everyone else gets to wear fancy new clothes.
Okay.
So Jamie's a little
on edge.
off put
Alright.
about this. He's still excited to go to this opera, but he's off put.
Fel's still wearing both coats. He's just fastened the top one closed with like a sash.
Fancy.
Great.
Excellent. You guys get on. Your new kilt has your colors.
Yep.
You have a dress. Do you want to talk about what the dress looks like, or should
I was
we-
just gonna say that there's. I asked that there be. It matched the ogre gauntlets.
Oh, okay.
Can that work?
Yeah.
Oh, no, screw it.
That works. So you
Okay.
can wear them.
Yeah.
With your great.
Sure.
I think that's very Christine.
And then there's very like armor pieces or
Yeah.
an allusion to armor
Cool.
on the
I
top
like
of the
it.
dress.
Oh, that's cool.
Like decorative pieces that, in a pinch, could be seen as
Yeah,
armor.
like like when Cersei wears like that the
Sure.
the metal
sure.
plate thing,
Yeah.
and there's like the giant
It's like
necklace during the battle
ornamental.
of
The ornamental
whatever.
suggestion of.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it could also be used as partial.
Your new coat is blue and gold, by the way.
Oh.
It's but blue, like more blue and orange. Like
Aw.
it's like washed, so it starts out orange and then becomes blue by the end.
Ooh. All right.
It's pretty cool.
Ooh, sunsetty. I like it.
Yeah, it's stylish.
Yeah.
It's not. The red one is beat up. But,
Yeah.
So you guys go by gondola. Jamie's very jealous. And you'll get some. Don't worry. And you guys go by a couple of gondolas.
Is the guy singing? The gondola?
Yes,
Yeah,
and he's singing "Oh Sherry."
If I knew a girl.
They all sing "Oh Sherry Wine." Like it like just permeates permeates yourself.
It's this area's Let It Go.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely. And you guys arrive at you go across the main river off the Elvish Isle, and you go to Elysian Square, where there's the opera house is built. I don't think there's anything else in. Oh, you get a peek of the Vinodrome, which is a temple to the god of wine, Vino.
the Vinodrome.
Sounds like an awesome arena.
It is.
In a
of
way, it
drinking.
is. Yes.
Of drinking, and he's the god of drinking and pleasures.
He's a Dionysus.
I gesture to the Vinodrome.
You catch just a brief glimpse of it downriver. You arrive in Elysian Square. You can see that everyone's done up in their fanciest garb for the opera as the sun is starting to set off to the west and the light is bouncing off all the canals and the water, and some of the tall towers and spires there in the distance. You're ushered into a little box. There's a box laid out for you up above, like one of those. It's a big palatial opera house with lots of gold everywhere. And you're in like one of the nicest boxes. It's obviously been set up for the richest woman in the country and the king of the Moonberry Festival.
And hit their good friend, Jamie.
I almost forgot. Out in front of the opera house is the pit throwing contest. Who's entering?
Me.
Oh, wait.
I've been practicing for this
No,
ever
you don't
since.
have to be out. There's both
Yeah.
humans, because this is Sheriton. There's both humans and
Yeah.
both
Great.
humans and elves.
Of course Rasper enters. Of course.
It's kind of done more like a carnival rather than like a big ceremony thing. They have a portable hole that they've set down. They've set down in the middle of the square, and they have just a box of moonberry pits.
All right. I've been practicing for this ever since I got that letter.
I've been practicing since I was 4.
All right,
Let's hope it pays off.
let's see it.
Can I get proficiency on moonberry throwing?
Yeah, you guys just said you were practicing. I'll give you both.
Can I get double proficiency because I've been doing it
No,
for
you
like
cannot-
30 more years
No,
than
you
Bill
cannot
has?
have because you
Okay.
have advantage because you've been practicing for a long time. But you have disadvantage because you're nervous because it all is riding on this one moment.
How many pits do you throw?
1. No, you throw 3.
3?
I don't remember. I'm gonna say 3.
All
It's
right.
a little different. It varies.
Yeah.
Here it's 3.
All right.
You get 3.
Dex check? Strength check?
Yeah, dexterity check.
All right. There we go. I grab a pit and I put in take my glove off. I put it in my fingers and I get ready. I sidearm it.
All right.
Ooh, that's a nat 20, Biatch.
Wait. Why'd you roll 2?
Because I have advantage.
No,
you have disadvantage.
So it
You have
cancels it out.
disadvantage.
You have both of them because
Yeah.
you're nervous. You have advantage.
Oh, I thought the disadvantage canceled out the double.
I thought you
advantage.
gave us proficiency on it.
proficiency, which means
Yeah.
you add your proficiency bonus.
Yeah, so you get your proficiency bonus, but it gave you disadvantage.
And no natural 20. Sorry.
So it's a 7 plus.
You can re-roll it.
Okay.
Just 1 this time.
Okay, so that's 20. Unnatural 20.
That's pretty good. You get your pits in. Is that for 1, or is that for all 3?
How do you want to play it?
Let's do it for 1.
Okay.
You got 1 in. It gracefully goes right in the hole. Bing.
All right. I thought it's a different area.
Go ahead and you there's different ones. It's a big pit.
17.
You guys can make your ones too. Great. Another pit in the hole. Bing.
8.
Oh no! Your third one knocks over, hits the lip, and skitters out onto the ground.
Raspberries.
Raspberries. Moonberries, Jamie, moonberries.
Right.
Young Z claps sarcastically. She looks at you.
Rasper doesn't know how it works, so he throws all 3.
Great.
He takes a handful. He takes his handful. Like they gave him 3. He grasps his hand and goes.
I really thought you had dice in your hand, or we're gonna like do that across
Borrow
the
it,
table.
Oh, that's what we should have done.
Here,
Up
here's
on the
3.
table and we just roll.
I got 2. I need to do 1. All right. A nat 20, a 16, and a 14.
2 of them make it right in, and the last one,
Like curls of lip.
yep, and then
Oh,
skates on out.
I would have been pissed if Rasper threw all 3 of them. They got mine.
I'm gonna do this because you said I could. Vel's going to hold all of his pits right here, and he's going to one by one cast catapults on each of them to shoot them at a very fast trajectory into the hole.
They all 3 of them go pew pew pew, and some people are like, "What? Like he's totally cheating," but then people are like, "The kid, he did it!" And then they're
I'm
like,
not gonna throw
"Come
them like
now.
some teratotem tree hugger.
Come into the building." You can see some people like, are like, and they give you a prize. They give you they take a
Stuffed animal
Yeah,
bully
it's a-
walk. Stuffed
it's a-
animal bully walk. Stuffed
okay,
animal
it's a
bully
bully
walk.
walk.
Yes.
It's a stuffed bully walk, and they give it to you.
Into one of the pockets it goes.
They give you guys the consolation prize, which is little owl bear figures.
Like, to make sure it's like, wait, but
It's rock.
it's wrong.
Authentic.
And so it says if you can see that there's all kinds of people who are like, first off, you notice that there's some guards that are like protecting the princess from a little ways away, like not right on her, but a little bit far off. And you can see there's also people that like take notice of her, and it's like, all right, you guys, are we ready, or are we? Is it no one else wants to throw any pits into the hole?
No, I have no desire. I'm wooing young Z.
Jamie's having a great time. Jamie has been waiting for like 34 years, something like that, to come to the Moonberry Festival, and he is just running around, or not running, but like, he's like very excited to be.
There's lots of green, blue, and black banners everywhere, the same color as the moonberries, and they float in the wind. And there's like every so often, some of the buildings, people have enchanted them to like look like there's trees growing up them, and then the trees will go back down, then they'll come back up.
Is it like those projections on
Yeah.
buildings? Okay.
Yep, just like that.
But magic.
Yeah, but magic and trees.
Real, yeah.
Yeah, and there's one tree that's like planted that grows just for this occasion in the center of town, or at least it looks like that. And a man says, "Come on into the. We'll get you seated. The show's going to start very soon." You are sat down in the opera box, which I described earlier. There's very nice wine and moonberry pie there for you. Is that what you were asking?
No,
Oh.
I was asking if I could sit next to Princess Anastasia.
Yes, you can sit next to her. But it's very interesting. There's a moment where you guys are all jockeying for seats. Clarion's trying to stand next to Young Z. Young Z's and Anastasia are trying to sit next and close to Christine. I think Belle is just like at the front row.
Exactly. He's got like a piece of moon pie in one hand. And just...
So there's like this kind of awkward thing where everyone's like, "Oh, excuse me, excuse me." But it'll end up going Clarion, Young Z, Christine, Anastasia, and Jamie. There it is.
At the final point, I just like sat down in the middle, like, all right, in my spot. Like I was sick of like, oh no, yeah, go ahead, like go past me. And it's like, no, I'm sitting right here, and you guys can all figure it out.
Yes. As people bump into Rasper, he says, "You are excused."
Rasper's, I think that there's like a second row. That
Yeah,
Rasper's
it's
in.
just
He's
Rasper.
Like, he's in the back, and he's put his feet up.
Rock across them.
Yeah, exactly.
He's wearing like his street clothes right now.
He doesn't want any opera.
He looks like a mercenary.
There's a quick announcement where it says the conductor comes out and he says, "Our guests of honor, everyone, thank you for joining us. As you know, this will be the first ever performance of Ozzy and Zythenia, in which perhaps Zythenia will be able to play this role forever." And there's like a lot of applause. It's all thanks to Exaltus Populi. And everyone cheers. There's a spotlight. King of the Moonberry Festival.
I got a piece of pie. Like
Everyone gives him a standing ovation. There's lots of elves, and the band plays a quick measure of the of Zythenia's lament song, just kind of in an ironic staple. Yes, Jamie.
Can at the mention of the Exoticus Populi or whatever, can I like go slide over to Anastasia? Go. You know, I was the vessel for Lunam for about a day and a half.
Jamie, why are you talking to me?
You know, I was.
And she kind of looks at you. What is that?
I had.
You hear Medic who says, "Hey, Jamie, I don't like it when you talk about ex-patrons. Okay, that makes me uncomfortable. This is
In my mind.
You're with me now."
I really can't talk about it, but it was cool.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you gotta harsh my buzz.
And she smiles at you. I was just gonna say, she smiles at you. She thinks you're curious, but you are wearing your mask still.
Of course.
just kind
of. You're sort of like the mystery knight. And then the opera starts. There's a brief intermission where wine and cheese is served, and you guys have a light conversation.
Fancy intermission.
Well, for you guys are in like the visiting king box.
We don't get popcorn.
Yes, there's popcorn.
Yeah.
But like the fancy like white chocolate zebra popcorn.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes. Elves apparently love sugar.
Yeah.
What,
Which I guess that
what, you
makes
mean you
sense.
don't?
Yeah, I would too. So then at the end, it's a beautiful show about Ozydaxis and Zythenia, mostly about Zythenia. She's the lead, in which we see her story as she makes her deal and is cursed with her face being so beautiful that people turn to stone. And it's a very famous piece. I've written all about it on the wiki. Then the curtain rises, and everyone gives a standing ovation to the young. It's an elf who's playing Zythenia, and it's particularly noteworthy because it's a role for a very young, beautiful girl. But it's now that she's immortal, she could technically play it forever, which is a really big deal.
I'm gonna open the program. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna read her bio.
It has some interesting information about her. Basically, she's just been. Her purpose is to do this her whole life.
I really want to know her name.
It's Santhanius Onjunarius
Perfect.
Yeah.
Kytheratrix.
Okay.
The 13th. She's a village generation. Great. You guys leave. Young Z says, "Well, we can either go back, or there's a bar that is attached to one of the Griffin Rose wineries. That's very nice, very expensive. But I think tonight is a night for celebrating, and I think they have a moonberry wine special tonight.
Festival time, moonberry wine for everybody.
You see there's a human, and they approach you. You're in human territory now, so there's a lot of elves here, but there's also as many humans. A human who looks like commoner clothes, you can see, tries to approach you and is stopped by one of the guards a few feet out as you guys are walking. And she says, "Oh, please, Exaltus Populi."
A human? Hi. What do you want?
The guard looks at
Yeah,
you.
it's okay. So, what's up?
And comes forward and says, I need your help. Desperately.
Okay.
No, you don't understand. It's
Probably don't. Yeah.
I'm in love.
Again?
I'm
what?
I'm in love with an elf, and she's been missing.
Okay.
I've tried to go to the Sherry police, but Sherry guard doesn't want anything to do with it. I've tried to go to the elves, but you see, she's a Terra Totem elf, and these only Terran elves don't really care. See, she goes out to the forest to commune, but she's been missing a week, and I know that's not a long time for an elf, but this isn't like her.
Flowers, sniffing, hippies. All right. I suppose. Tell you what, I'm gonna go have a drink at the bar, but I'll you draw me a map or something. Where is this place?
Yes. She pulls out. Excuse me. Yeah. I just did that.
Yeah.
All
All right.
right. We're all behind.
It's cool.
She pulls out a small piece of. She just rips off. She doesn't have paper on her. What is this? And she
Dallas
just starts.
paper on him.
Oh, great! Thank you. Looks down at a ripped shirt, and she draws a small map. Sheriton. She draws a small grove of trees outside. She says, "It's not very far.
Okay.
It's a forest grove, and she would go there to meditate and to commune, but she hasn't returned.
All right. Well,
If there's anything you could do for her."
even if she's an elf life is an elf life. So tell you what, I'll look into it first thing in the morning. How's that
Thank
sound?
you.
Okay. What was your name?
Oh, my name is Ustara.
Ustara. Okay. Great to meet you, Ustara. Here, have a piece of pie.
thank you.
Yeah. It's just one of those things, you know.
And she's very happy.
All right, Moonberry Festival.
Cut to montage of
Like Rasper doing a keg stand.
Just Jamie's bobbing for apples with
yeah, with his mask
his
on.
mask on.
The water's coming. It's just like crazy Dutch tilted angles, and people like going, "Woo!"
Christine's in a corner reading.
No, I think Christine is having fun
Yeah.
Yes,
With
I'm
her new
having fun
ones.
with my new
with your
girlfriend.
new
Yeah.
girlfriends.
I'm trying to fit
They're like,
in,
yeah, they're like,
and it's like, yay.
Can I roll some charisma checks on Anastasia?
Yeah, let's do it.
Do I have to roll charisma checks for Youngzy?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do this.
All right.
oh dear.
Skill challenge.
Oh.
It's not a skill off.
Oh. I
we're
was like, wait.
We're not
whoa.
competing. We're
They're not going
trying to
for
go
the
for
So I have to go
different-
after 2 different girls.
Yeah.
17.
I got a 12.
Okay.
Can
Youngzy seems
No, you
a
get
little-
out of this.
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
out.
Yes.
can Rasper roll for the big barmaid in the corner?
Yes.
Rasper gets a lucky 17
Oh,
Plus your charisma, which
plus
is 19.
19.
How are you plus 2 charismatic?
19.
Yeah, you're Youngzy is acting a little cold to you. Anastasia and the barmaid are warming up to the Rasper.
I'm gonna sit down next to Christine. It's kind of strange.
What?
Well, I thought usually there's a queen of the festival as well.
There is?
Typically, I didn't hear any mention of it. Did you?
No. Are they are they usually like together?
Not really.
Okay.
It's just voted by the same way that the king's elected. Just thought it was strange. Maybe they do things a little differently in Sherry.
Maybe.
Pie?
Sure.
There we go. That's a 20. Not natural.
Oh yeah, Youngzy's Clarion sings a Noddish ballad that he picked up, and it greatly impresses you.
Is it on the wiki?
No.
I
I should write a Noddish ballad though.
I would continue to roll, but I'm scared to roll badly.
Oh well, roll.
Oh,
Rasper,
okay.
you two.
15.
Okay.
12.
Okay. They're having a good time, but they're not smitten. And of course, the princess is a professional.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, I should get advantage against this barmaid
Barmaid.
for being average.
Oh, wow.
No, not Rasper.
I thought you meant you were being average. That's
No, the
mean.
barmaid being average.
That's mean.
Well, the barmaid, the barmaid could be smoking hot.
No. We already
roll.
established she was Rasper's age. Oh, I was thinking she was like older, big barmaid. Rasper didn't care. He's just that
She
drunk.
might have high standards.
Yeah.
Maybe she.
She works at a fancy bar. We went to a pretty
Yeah.
fancy
Yeah, I went to a
place.
fancy
Oh, wait,
bar.
all right. It
Yeah,
was
it's not
bar.
like-
All right,
We're on some.
I'll give her
We're
that.
on some effing like little podunk tavern where you.
You're right. That's Rasper's usual.
We went to the place Young Z wanted to go to. So.
Well, she knows the town.
I know.
I'm
I'm cool with it.
We'll end it here, and I'll say at the end of the night, the princess and Youngzy and Clarion and Christine say, the princess says, Jamie, it's been a very nice night. It was great to meet you. Perhaps I'll see you again sometime.
I would like that very much, my princess. And I bow down and I press her hand to my mask again.
She like is weirded out
No,
a little
come
bit
on,
by the
man.
mask.
It's weird, man.
It's
weird.
I want to film something now where we go to a bar on a weekend and see if just film Brian with the mask on, just like talking to people and see how they react.
I have bad luck without a mask on.
So they wonderful night. You kiss the mask. She's a little bit weirded out, but it's still very very nice. and you guys go back to the hotel. Rasper, your barmaid does go home with you
To the
to the
floor.
hallway.
To the hallway.
Oh my
Jamie
God.
is like this in room 5, trying to sleep.
As the door goes.
He's like directly outside Jeremy's door.
Bell is meditating, and I'm gonna end it there.
Can I add one last thing?
Yes.
At the Jamie's bummed out that Anastasia didn't want it, so he's gonna go to the bathroom. I assume there's a bathroom. Else have to poop.
Yeah.
And
Everybody poops.
Everybody moves.
Well, except King Kong.
anyway, he's going to go there and he is going to stand in front of the mirror. He's gonna go.
Yes, because it makes.
It makes that noise.
Yep.
And he's
Sure
gonna look
does.
at. He's gonna look at it and go, huh.
And we'll find out what that is another time.
Yeah.
Questions, comments, concerns?
Downtime is
Town
fun.
time.
Isn't
I-
that a lot?
Time.
We needed this episode. Like this. Like
After the
Yeah.
last
Last
couple
episode was
heavy
pretty
episodes.
Yeah, this was a good one. Nice and light.
That was
Yeah.
fun.
Fun.
How are the elves? The long-awaited elves. I love elves because, like, the fact that we just established them as like the weirdest people.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just normal. Like, let's just overuse magic and.
It's great. At least the Onus Terror, the High Elves, like every one of them gets a free cantrip, so everybody knows at least a little bit of magic.
I like playing Jamie around other elves because he feels the need. It's fun for me to go like, I need to be more like those guys because he feels like he should because like his dad was an elf, so he feels like he needs to kind of like. It's kind of like when you go to your dad's business party,
Sure.
and you have to like adapt to that. He feels like he needs to like.
Yeah,
straighten,
it's part of his identity as half elf,
Yeah.
but he doesn't know anything about it
Exactly.
Great.
except
So-
for what his horrible father taught him.
Yeah.
What a dick.
Yeah, I didn't realize Jamie's father was so bad until
Yeah.
this episode.
Yeah.
Pretty shitty guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I had some theories about Jamie's dad, but I didn't realize how poorly he treated Jamie until this
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same way with Christine because I mean she didn't. I just think that she didn't really have that many friends growing up, and they were probably all boys because she was
Subjects.
sparring or they were subjects or
Yeah, that was
like
that was
all of
cool.
her manners were learned by a cranky old lady. Like
Yeah.
that's about as much female contact as she's really had.
Yeah.
And Verge is more of like a business partner and not so much a friend. So this is kind of the first time she's actually been offered friendship by other
And
women.
they're like peers. Too,
Yeah,
which is
and
kinda
they're
cool.
like
it's
they're
not
around
a,
their same
it's
age.
not a subordinate. It's not
Yeah.
it's not an elder. They're actually like your age and of your rough social
roughly
standing,
my
you know?
rank, yeah. So it'll be very interesting to see where that friendship heads.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm a little nervous because of Youngzi's way of getting there, and I'm worried that Anastasia will go there. But I think with Christine in the group, she might be able to kind of like say like, okay, don't kill your dad, just don't get married.
I'm working on Anastasia.
Just wait till he dies.
Don't worry about Anastasia. Anastasia won't be.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait for
Okay.
Jamie to talk in her head. And he's just like,
yeah,
he's just
that's
like
gonna go well.
Oh my god.
thanks, my lady, and you're like, and she's like, what the fuck is happening?
or more like thoughts like.
He's cute.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this idea. We're gonna
Oh
run with
no.
it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Christine's gonna probably get a little protective of Anastasia.
I was
Because
thinking.
you're what, like 70?
No,
No,
I'm
he's
like
like-
38.
He's in his late 30s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
early
But
40s.
he looks young still.
I mean,
Okay, he looks like he's in his 20s.
Half
Yeah.
elf wise, he's about
Okay.
maturity wise. He'd probably
Okay.
be about your age.
I was just picturing like older, like
I mean, then you get into the whole muddy thing of like he does have more life experience than you, so it's still
Yeah.
like it's elf ages compared to human ages are weird.
Yeah, especially now they live forever.
Oh yeah, it's even weirder now.
this was fun. We needed this, and I was really glad we had
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, also, yeah, I hope it's okay. I just took catapult. It was out of the
yeah.
elemental evil supplement, but I just loved the spell so much that I swapped it in for one of my level 1 spells, as I'm wont to do.
Great.
Yeah,
I like it.
I liked it so much more than whatever I replaced.
If you can't remember it.
It's like something I haven't used in a long time, if ever.
Any concerns?
No, that felt like a pretty good episode.
Yeah.
I'm fucking wearing any rules to knock me out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any. Don't worry, that'll be some next time for you to correct me. Let's sign off. Thanks for watching. This has been Threshold. We'll be back next week. We only got a couple more left for season 2. Let us know what you thought in the comments. Follow us on Twitter. Talk to us if you want to run some games in the Threshold setting. I'm trying to put together enough stuff to maybe make like a book. If that's interesting for you guys, let me know. And if you just want some of my maps that I've made in the meantime, let me know that too. Be sure to check out the wiki where we got a lot of cool stuff. We got all kinds of stuff. I have a whole article about the play where I do a critical critique of the play.
Yeah, I read
that's so
that.
cool.
It was really neat.
I got super nerdy what happened.
We need to update the pictures a little bit on the wiki though, because right now Rasper's picture is Van Helsing with a shark.
Yeah, that's true. But
I feel like that's still fairly accurate.
we need some art desperately for the wiki.
Yeah. Reddit
Oh.
character drawing keeps ignoring me.
So yeah, the Twitter wiki. Oh, check out Threshold Moonlight, and we got some other Threshold games starting to crop up. Check those out. They are gonna hopefully start tying in a big way, and we'll catch you next week with Threshold. Afterwards tomorrow, and maybe some more heroes in the future. I don't know. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week.